Alright everybody, welcome back to another edition here of Friday Night SmackDown. How are you all doing? My name is Dominic, behind the commentary table as always. We are live and sold out, and tonight it's in Leeds, England. As right now, Kevin Owens is entering this English arena for what is set to be one hell of a brawl between himself and Rusev. Of course, Rusev was the last challenger for Braun Strowman's Intercontinental Championship, fighting against him at Money in the Bank. Well, Kevin Owens, he's looking to be the next challenger after declaring that he wants a match for the Intercontinental title after defeating Robert Roode a few weeks ago. Robert Roode, we're going to be hearing more from him later on in the evening, following that vicious attack and, let's be honest, rude comments off mic towards the crowd, towards the camera, as Kevin Owens here tonight, he's not worried about Robert Roode, he's worried about Braun Strowman at No Mercy, and he's worried about Rusev. Now, at Money in the Bank, Rusev absolutely pushed Braun Strowman to his limit, as both men showed off their impressive power and even their hidden agility in an all-out war. But in the end, it was Braun Strowman hitting a reverse chokeslam out of nowhere to get the win. And as Rusev makes his way to the ring tonight, we're going to see if the Bulgarian Brutes can get a victory over the next challenger for the Intercontinental Championship, or perhaps Rusev will suffer another defeat, this time at the hands of the crafty, of the dangerous Kevin Owens. We're going to find that out in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to see this one. This is set to be one hell of a brawl. Rusev, Kevin Owens, these two behemoths, okay, these two large individuals. They've got strength, they've got a little bit of speed as well, they've got technical prowess. Both men, they have intense egos, and right now we're going to see if those egos will clash into an intense contest. As Kevin Owens, there you see him, okay, talking a bit of smack. Rusev saying the same thing, slapping the thighs. He slaps Kevin Owens in the face with that right hand, and then a forearm strike by Owens as he fires back with the quick strikes. And Rusev, wait a second. Immediately with that strength as the Russian Terminator, the Bulgarian Brute, slams down Kevin Owens with the Alabama Slam. Oh God, and then a running boot right to the face for good measure as Kevin Owens, wait a second, picks up Rusev and slams him down now onto the mat as these two men back and forth with the punches, with the strikes. As he goes for another right hand, he goes for a kick as Kevin Owens hits a kick of his own, grabbing him there. It looked like he was going for a package pile driver, decided to change his course of action as the cover won. No, and only a 1 count there by the referee. Kevin Owens slamming Rusev down onto the mat, onto his back, as the chops connect, colliding with the chest of Kevin Owens. Back and forth these two big men go with the hard-hitting strikes. And then a kick for good measure by Owens. But Rusev catches that kick there. Goes for a kick, moves out of the way, grabs the kick again. Back and forth we see these two men go, as Rusev collides with him, and these two men back and forth with the strikes over and over again. My God, this is like a boxing match right now. However, Kevin Owens decides to turn it back into a pro wrestling fight, throwing him into the corner as Rusev looks to throw Owens outside the ring. Kevin Owens decides, you know what, that ain't what I'm going to do. Instead, I'm going to go fly up high. No, God, wait a second. Rusev with the strength on display, catching Kevin Owens from out of midair. And there you see him, Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute, screaming out, staring now at Owens before Owens fires back with the forearm strike, deciding not to go over to the top rope, trying not to repeat what he's doing. Instead, he's putting Rusev on the top rope. on the top turnbuckle as Owens. Oh, wait a second. Owens looks to be... Oh, God! Bringing Rusev down. Both men crashing into the mat. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there. My God, Rusev just gets up as well. He just gets up. He goes for a punch. Kevin Owens catches him, but Rusev catches him with the kick. Okay, I'm surprised the ring didn't freaking break. Oh, God, as Rusev once again gets thrown, this time into the mat. Not off the top turnbuckle, but by the pure strength of Kevin Owens being able to lift him into that belly-to-belly. However, Rusev, he's trying to fight back. Oh, God, but you can't fight back out of that one. The stunner connects. Okay, a move that Kevin Owens has decided to trademark towards his name. However, we were not about to hear the ring announcer call Kevin Owens' name. No, not at all. As he realizes that Rusev just kicked out of the stunner. And now, Rusev, ladies and gentlemen, he's not done. Okay, continuing the strikes, continuing the punishment. He turns him around. Kevin Owens not looking too good with the strike to the lower spine. The elbow colliding with the lower back of Owens. And now it looks like these two men are going back up. Okay, we saw Owens throw Rusev. It's time for Rusev to hit him with a rebuttal. A German suplex off the top turnbuckle all the way to the floor. 2. No, and only a 2 count there. Owens just barely getting the shoulder up. Rusev, he's staring down at Owens. Owens clearly hurt, clearly in pain following that German suplex. Okay. As now, Rusev continuing the punishment, continuing the strikes. He picks up Kevin Owens before throwing him across the ring. Oh, wait a second, but Owens fires back with a punch to the back. As now Owens, he's not done now, throws Rusev across the ring into a pop-up powerbomb out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3, and this one's over. Both men just absolutely beating the hell out of each other, colliding over and over again, whether it be from the top turnbuckle to the floor. Rusev catching Kevin Owens before tossing him into his knee right there in the replay there. You see, okay, both men with the power on display, the agility on display. Look at this, Kevin Owens, bam, colliding with the ring does Rusev before Rusev decided, you know what? Here's a move from the top turnbuckle by me with that German suplex all the way to the mat. However, in the end, it was Rusev's shoulders that stayed down for the count. Okay, Kevin Owens defeating Rusev and defeating Robert Roode a few weeks ago. He is on fire as Braun Strowman. I don't know where he is right now, but he's probably watching this one thinking, you know what? Rusev gave me one hell of a challenge. Maybe Kevin Owens will do the same thing at No Mercy. However, I mentioned him a few moments ago, Robert Roode. Okay, Robert Roode, after attacking Johnny Gargano last week, will be backstage tonight to explain his actions and explain why he decided to attack Johnny Gargano and explain his rude comments about his state on Friday Night SmackDown. But that's not all, because I'm very excited for our main event. Okay, we just saw some heavy hitters in Rusev and Kevin Owens, but we're going to be seeing another one in Drew McIntyre and the debuting Jaxson Ryker. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Charlotte's leg-breaking figure eights versus Ronda Rousey's devastating armbar for the SmackDown Women's title in a submission match, no less. I mean, sure, we've seen Ronda Rousey tap out to the figure eight. Sure, it wasn't in the confines of a match, as Charlotte just explained, but hell, I wouldn't mind seeing a submission match between two of, some might argue, the best women's competitors going today. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, I wouldn't mind that. However, to move on now, this next matchup is not about submission holds, it's about incredibly devastating strikes, because this matchup between Luke Harper and Xavier Woods, it all stems from what happened, bam, there you see, last week. It was a #1 contenders match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. It was Harper and Rowan versus Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And as you just saw, Harper, with a discus clothesline, completely rattled Xavier Woods. Okay, Xavier Woods last week, he took the pin after that devastating and honestly, from my experience, scary discus clothesline by Harper. Okay, bouncing his head off the ropes. Okay, it did not look good at all.
Oh, WWE Universe! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your longest reigning tag champs and feel the power! It's a new day, yes it is!
And as the New Day make their way to the ring, you got Big E with the cereal boxes, Kofi Kingston with the pancakes, Xavier Woods, the man, coming into this one with that trombone. Okay, this is going to be an interesting matchup indeed. Of course, these three men, they love to have fun, but in the ring, they're all business, they're all serious. And right now, we're going to be seeing what Xavier Woods can do in singles competition, because tonight, following that discus clothesline, as I was just mentioning, before Big E decided to come on and say a few words. Okay, tonight, Xavier Woods, he wants another try against one of the next challengers for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Tonight, he wants to get redemption from that brain-shaking discus clothesline that, honestly, while watching it, I was a little nervous. Okay, I thought we could have had a serious injury on our hands. Thankfully, we didn't. And tonight, Xavier Woods, he might want to bring some serious damage. He might want to injure his opponent, Luke Harper. We're going to be finding out what's going to happen in a few moments, as these three incredibly silly, I guess you could call them, incredibly fun-loving individuals finish off their little dance routine, because it doesn't matter what you wear, it doesn't matter what you do on your way to the ring. It matters what you can do inside the confines of the squared circle. And here we go, is out of nowhere. A super kick right to the jaw of Xavier Woods. Now you gotta think that if Xavier Woods were to win here tonight, that might just impress Edge, our general manager, enough to consider the New Day for a tag team title contest against Sanity. However, right now, it seems as though Xavier Woods is on his way to doing just that. Okay, hitting Luke Harper with a super kick of his own. However, Harper, goes for the German. But he gets countered by Xavier Woods, who throws him across the ring and then hits him there, sprinting into that elbow right to the temple, before going up top, coming crashing down onto the body of Harper. 2. No, and only a 2 count there, following the splash from the top turnbuckle. There you see Rowan in the corner of Harper. Of course, those two men going to be competing next week. That's right, you heard me, next week, for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. As Woods looks to perhaps lose this matchup here tonight to Luke Harper, if Luke Harper can continue the offense like that. However, that is not exactly what Xavier Woods is looking to do, as Harper watches and Woods rolls to the outside. He goes up onto the apron. And then meets Harper. Oh, with the springboard drop kick, connecting, bouncing off the top rope. Oh, and it seems as though Harper decides, you know what, this time how about you go face first into the mat, crashing down as now these two men are going back and forth with the strikes. This seems to have turned into a brawl with that super kick again by Harper, and Xavier Woods once again decides to roll out of the ring. Oh, and this time, you know what? He's saying, you know what, I might roll outside the ring, but right now I'm not done with you. Sprints back into the ring, sprints into the corner, runs, goes for a strike perhaps. Oh, however, it seems as though Harper tried to fight back, and there you see him succeeding in that as, oh, he goes for a punch again, but Xavier Woods fires back once again with a forearm strike, and then off the top with a drop kick, this time off the top turnbuckle. And now goes for the cover. 2. No, and only a 2 count on Harper. Okay, Sanity, I can assure you, should be watching this one. Sure, they're unpredictable. They don't really like to do anything by anybody else's rules. And oh, wait a second. Wait a second before I can finish that statement. It's over. 2. No, and this time the discus clothesline doesn't get that job done. This time Xavier Woods gets his shoulder up. However, following last week's discus clothesline, perhaps that might just come back to bite him. As there you see Harper, he's furious, he's pissed off, he's hitting him with the punches, okay, loading in on the strikes. As he goes to pick him up. Instead, however, Xavier Woods kicks him off. Goes for another kick. No, speaking of kick, a super kick caught by Xavier Woods. As Woods has Harper reeling with another super kick. This is the battle of the strikes, whether it be the punches, the forearms, or the super kicks by both men. As Xavier Woods, oh wait a second, springboard to the outside. Springboard to the outside, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Xavier Woods, he went all the way up, and then went down, crashing onto Harper there. However, Harper fires back with a punch of his own. Tosses him across the ring. Goes to lift him up, but then gets caught with the DDT. And another cover there. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. I was mentioning it a few moments ago. Okay, Sanity, if they were wise, they'd be watching this one, trying to see if there's any weakness in Luke Harper throughout this entire match that he might gain going into that SmackDown Tag Team title match. However, there you see Harper. Okay, taunting the crowd a bit. Perhaps trying to speak a bit to Eric Rowan. However, right now, wait a second, he might be looking up at the lights, as now he goes for the roll-up pin. 1, 2. No, and he gets reversed on another roll-up pin attempt. Oh, and then again, back and forth these two men go. 2. No, and again Harper kicks out. Back and forth, we see these two men go out this entire fight as Woods fires back, oh, with a clothesline of his own, not necessarily a discus. However, it was effective. As another strike there, so back and forth these two men following last week must have a lot of just pure frustration and aggression towards one another. Xavier Woods, he wants his redemption, he wants his revenge, and he's looking to get it right now as he's got Harper stunned. He's got him on the ropes. However, Harper is trying to fire back, trying to fight back here, grabs for a German suplex, and now once again these two men go, tossing him into the corner. Xavier Woods, however, gets met with an elbow shot, followed by another super kick. My God. What a sequence between these two men here tonight. Woods looking up at the lights, and perhaps Harper saying, you know what, I'm about to finish this one off. He goes for a punch. Oh, however, Xavier Woods fires back with a few shots of his own, and now he's got him down. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and he's done it. Xavier Woods. Okay, the first set of roll-ups were not enough. However, that time, out of nowhere, Xavier Woods getting the job done. Okay, getting his redemption. However, Luke Harper with the vicious strikes, the hard shots in response to pretty much everything Xavier Woods had. It took a roll-up to get the victory as the stock of the New Day also are rising up. Okay, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E. Ladies and gentlemen, sending a message to the entire roster, sending a message to Harper and Rowan, and perhaps even sending a message to the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Well, Eric Young, I'm not entirely sure what that was all about, saying that Sheamus is like the kind of guy he describes, someone who is just on the edge of madness. I don't know if I would call Sheamus any of that, really. I mean, Eric Young, he can have his opinions, however, in the ring, it doesn't matter your opinions, it matters what you can do, and they've shown sanity. They've shown that they are a devastating force. Just like how this woman right here is pretty good at ladder matches. There you see her, the women's Miss Money in the Bank. It's Alexa Bliss, alongside Mickie James, of course, as always, as she is set for action against Ember Moon. And there you see Alexa Bliss now. She wants to prove a point. She wants to show the world, hey, I'm Miss Money in the Bank, and there's a reason why. However, Ember Moon also wants to prove a point in this matchup, because this whole match stems from a Twitter exchange between Ember Moon and our general manager, the rated R superstar, Edge. Okay, Ember Moon, she tweeted it out towards Edge. I've been feeling very overlooked the past few months. Just because I didn't win the Money in the Bank or the women's title, that doesn't mean that I don't deserve the spotlight. I want a match tonight. And Edge responded saying, you want a match tonight, huh? Well, I don't mind giving you one. Impress me. And that's exactly what Ember Moon looks to do. She looks to impress the entire SmackDown locker room. She looks to impress the SmackDown general manager, and right now, she might just put on an impressive performance against Miss Money in the Bank, Alexa Bliss. However, that's not going to be easy, okay? She's very crafty. She's very manipulative in that ring. She plays a lot of mind games, okay? Her small stature might just come back to show a lot of fury in that small stature. However, Ember Moon, she's not wasting any time. Alexa Bliss trying to talk a bit of smack here, as Ember Moon fires back with the strikes there, the strike combination, the kicks connecting as she is screaming. She's really feeling it here tonight. And Bliss runs back into the ring, goes to grab her. However, Ember Moon fires back with the knee to the face, has an answer for everything, but didn't have an answer for that one. Jumping up into the clothesline, and there you see a very sassy pinfall by Alexa Bliss. Goes for the one-legged cover. However, not even a one count by the referee, as Moon tosses Alexa Bliss across the ring. Oh, but she gets met with a chop to the chest, and another one for good measure by Miss Money in the Bank. Of course, the veteran Mickie James always at ringside in Alexa Bliss's matches. Those two women are practically inseparable, as Ember Moon now bounces off the ropes again. This time, grabbing her and then slamming her down in the power slam. Okay, Ember Moon incredibly dangerous, incredibly strike heavy in her offense. As Alexa Bliss very crafty, she likes to talk a lot of smack, as you see right there. Oh, goes for a running dropkick perhaps. Ember Moon moves out of the way here, looks to impress Edge. All right with that one, dropping Alexa Bliss on the back of her neck. Okay, just crunching down onto the mat as Ember Moon throws Alexa Bliss towards the outside. Of course, following this one, we're going to be hearing from Robert Roode as Ember Moon flies to the outside with the suicide dive, connecting there on Alexa Bliss, who did not see that coming. As Moon tosses her back into the ring now. Of course, the next matchup, okay? We have Robert Roode talking, but then we have Drew McIntyre versus Jaxson Ryker, and it seems as though Ember Moon, with that flip around clothesline maneuver, still not entirely sure what to call it. However, she knows exactly what to call this, with the Eclipse connecting by Ember Moon in the cover. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, Ember Moon perhaps indeed impressing our general manager Edge. Okay, that's exactly what he wanted. And in quick succession, Ember Moon showed exactly what she can do. This was very much not a good showcase for Alexa Bliss and her typical offense. It was all about Ember Moon in this one. Okay, Ember Moon with the strikes, Ember Moon with the suicide dive, and oh, wait a second. Ember Moon, you don't want to turn around now. Oh god, wait a second. Lacey Evans, what the? Well, we've seen these two women battle before, and Ember Moon did defeat Lacey Evans in order to get into the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. However, Lacey Evans, following that impressive victory by Ember Moon, has just decided to attack her here tonight. Well, Robert Roode, as you just heard, made the announcement. It seems as though he's going to be competing against Johnny Gargano at No Mercy. He says he's better than him. He says that he has incredible pristine, and tonight we're going to be finishing it off with two men who are grimy, who are vicious, and who are angry. Okay, it's Drew McIntyre taking on Jaxson Ryker. Now, this isn't about No Mercy. This is about Money in the Bank. Jaxson Ryker made his debut as Jaxson cost Drew McIntyre the WWE title at Money in the Bank, helping EC3 to retain after hitting Drew over and over again with his incredibly destructive chokeslam powerbomb, including being sent through the announce table on the outside at Money in the Bank. Okay, EC3, he retained his WWE Championship because of his new bodyguard, his new hitman for hire, Jaxson Ryker. And tonight, McIntyre is looking for a fight. He's looking for revenge, and that's exactly what he's looking to get. He's looking for that man, Jaxson Ryker. Now, Drew McIntyre lost to Sheamus last week to kick off the show. And perhaps, knowing that he lost to Sheamus, knowing that he is incredibly angry towards this man, and knowing that this man cost him the WWE title just because of how powerful and how dangerous he is, perhaps that might be playing on the psyche of Drew McIntyre and how he performs tonight. Okay, perhaps he might be thinking, you know what? I want to get my revenge no matter what, even if it DQs me. Okay, even if I just beat the hell out of him so much, no one will stop me in my quest to beating the hell out of Jaxson Ryker, except for Jaxson Ryker, perhaps, or perhaps not, as Drew McIntyre. Here we go, immediately out of the gates, attacking the personal private bodyguard for EC3, Jaxson Ryker. Out of nowhere, and it seems as though Jaxson Ryker has also decided not to bring EC3 out here with them. He's saying, you know what? This is about me. This is about Drew McIntyre. He's pissed off at me for costing him his chance at the WWE title. So right now, it's a one-on-one fight between two incredibly dangerous individuals. Now, Jaxson Ryker, he didn't even have to go through the NXT system. Not only does that show how dangerous he is, but it also shows how loyal he could be towards EC3, the WWE champion, because he decided, you know what, let me just go straight to the main roster and show what I can do. And oh, wait a second, it seems as though that's exactly what he's doing. Catches Drew McIntyre mid-air. And now he's trying to take the air out of the lungs, perhaps, of Drew McIntyre. Stomping on the stomach, stomping on the chest. Drew McIntyre, okay, he got a few good shots in early on in the fight, but right now he is not looking too good, as now he just gets thrown across the ring, and that is not an easy thing to do to a big man like Drew McIntyre. Okay, he's incredibly tall, okay, so that means he's incredibly heavy, as Jaxson Ryker, he's just throwing him around like he's nothing, as McIntyre decides to show some agility. Okay, rolling into a splash, and now here we go with the vicious stomps over and over again. Okay, McIntyre, he sees red as Jaxson Ryker might just bleed here tonight, or perhaps his chest might go red with those chops. And now the punches again, over and over again, the furious rights by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, an incredibly powerful and impressive person in that ring. Incredibly impressive was that clothesline right to the chest of Jaxson Ryker, as Ryker, oh, there you go, gets taken down, does Drew McIntyre. And now McIntyre, he is not looking good. Oh, and back and forth perhaps as he rolls out of the way. Oh, but now it's Jaxson Ryker who rolls out of the way, and McIntyre, what in the hell? What is this? Jaxson brings him up to the top turnbuckle. What the hell? What the? Oh my god! A powerbomb by Jaxson Ryker, dropping him from the top all the way to the... Oh my god, all the way to the ground as he hits him with the spear. Did not get all of it, however. And that's exactly what might have cost him. Okay, he hit the spear, however, as I just said, okay, his arm wasn't fully wrapped around Drew McIntyre during the takedown. As now a headbutt collision connects. And speaking of takedowns, it seems as though it's Drew McIntyre who takes down Jaxson Ryker with the future shock DDT. No, wait a second, come on. Well, I mentioned EC3. Okay, he wasn't out here with Jaxson Ryker as he made his entrance, but it seems as though he's decided that now that Jaxson Ryker has just taken a devastating future shock DDT to distract Drew McIntyre, and perhaps that distraction might have just given Jaxson Ryker enough time to breathe, enough time to heal, and it did. Jaxson Ryker pins Drew McIntyre in his main event WWE debut, his in-ring debut, and oh my god, what a performance. Okay, that powerbomb off the top, dropping Drew McIntyre like he's nothing, And then he gets up from the future shock DDT to hit that chokeslam powerbomb. Jaxson Ryker, there's a reason why EC3 pays for his services. There's a reason why he is the bodyguard of the WWE Champion. Jaxson Ryker, he's incredibly dangerous. He's incredibly devastating. And wait a second, Mr. Money in the Bank himself. Okay, he was attacked by EC3. And Jaxson Ryker backstage. And it seems as though Daniel Bryan was looking to bring on some punishment to try to get his revenge perhaps on EC3, but it backfired, and now Daniel Bryan, Mr. Money in the Bank, he just laid out at the top of the ramp and alongside Drew McIntyre as Jaxson Ryker picks up Daniel, has him in the chokeslam position, and oh, wait a second, oh, connects with the chokeslam powerbomb before EC3 hits that top 1% cutter style maneuver. The WWE Champion and his bodyguard at the top of the ramp. There you see him, just laying waste to McIntyre and Bryan. However, sadly, that shot right there is going to have to conclude this episode of SmackDown.